Let's put them up on screen right now. Team Steelaxe, led by the world-famous Anti-Elites, arguably the best Factorio player on the planet. Joining him is Zulon, Bilka, Acido, County Cupid, Blake, no relation, and Arlid. I think if you say it back, Ocklid, backwards. Good luck. Team RA is the bigger one. Is one of the bigger teams that they've fielded. Led by Juicy Juice, we have returning favorite DDGamer, Triple D Gamer LP, Living Legend Epo 666, Ralph JVav, and your favorite and mine, Exterminator 5. His link is also in the chat. He is a renowned YouTuber and streamer of Factorio. And then the triumphant return of Redcar. Now, we have not seen Redcar in events since the first Blue Circuit event, or the second one, who was, I think, one of the first winners of the Gangster Award. And so I am looking for some of the similar behavior. He was an absolute murderer on the battlefield, and he has not been in events since then. This is very good. So, very good to have him back, and very good to see some of these folks return. So, if you are not in the Factorio Discord, please go there now, and we will jump in. Mojo, if you would jump in the Factorio Discord and jump in the broadcaster's booth, we'll greet my partner as always, Mojo. His link is in the description as well. Also in the chat. It was a typing fail. Go follow him, !point Mojo D in my chat. His link is there for you. Be there soon. How soon? I bet you if I was at your house, I could answer the phone and no one would know it was me. They would think it was you. If those of you, someone is in anti-stream, would you pass him the message to go ahead and join the Team Steelaxe channel in the Factorio Discord. Team 3RA is in the Discord, all except one Exterminator. So we'll get him in. All right. Mojo is, and answer your question, Mojo is in this game. He's in the booth with me. He is in Melbourne, Australia. It is far too early to rain death on the field of battle in Australia, but it is enough to get in the booth and be a good broadcast partner for me. So Mojo is in this event, and he's my longtime partner for these events and does a great job. But he has to get up at like 4:35 a.m. to get it done. A couple other notes is this is a custom scenario, so you're going to see some things that are not in. You're going to see some things in that are not in the normal PvP scenario, such as concrete in the base. Pre-concreted. The base is pre-concreted with refined concrete. That way, the defenders and the builders have a movement advantage. Also, base exclusion is off. Let me go over here to these. Let's go over here to this screen. Base exclusion is off, so that you can leave your base when time starts. You can also enter the other team's base as soon as time starts. But build base exclusion is off. You may not. Enemy build restriction is on, so you may not build in the other team's base, which that means no mine placement, no placing your own lasers inside their own base. And let's hit this button over here. No fast blueprinting. One other thing that is two other interesting things that are in this scenario that are not in the other ones, ones that we have not played. One, run speed when you're at low health. That way, as you begin to be damaged in Factorio, your run speed begins to decrease. Example, if I am at max health, I run at 100% speed. If I am at 1 health, I run at 80% speed. And then it's linear, a linear curve in between the two. So half health, you run at 90% speed. And what this does is allows the aggressor who is chasing you to be able to run them down and catch the one who catch the injured player. Now you end up healing pretty quickly over time if no one messes with you and there's no other attacks coming in. You do heal up pretty quick, so you can regain your health pretty quick once you're outside of combat. Once you're in combat, you won't regain health and you do get slower. So you need to think about that before you players need to think about that before they engage. Let me send a message to you, Auntie. Your team channel is ready. All right. Also, tank speed is cut in half. So what we're trying to do is deal with tanks and how powerful they are. They seem to be a force. Is that once the first team to get tanks ends up winning in most cases. So we're trying to figure out a nice balance between these. Between these different contests that we're doing. The other thing is that research is cheap. The technology multiplier is 30% of what it normally is. There's no DEF CON mode, so teams must do their research. Must do their own research, but it is highly discounted. So there we go. Fast science. And reduce tanks, reduce run speed at low health, as well as concrete in the starting area. And let's see. So still no exterminator and still no anti-elites. So we shall see. What does just about there mean? All right. Well, let's just wait on everybody. Okay. 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 DRA for life. There's Canadian Toss. He's in. Team interviews. Okay. All right. Stand by. We'll give everybody just a minute. As soon as Mojo gets in, we'll do that. All right. We'll go back to this. All right. Okay. Hey, there we go. At Zur. Zur can hook you up, or maybe added. Gotcha. There we go. All right, everybody is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, they are all there. I think I'm missing one. And Exterm. All right. I think I'm missing someone in that. Oh, I'm missing Dangio. Hang on, let me add him. My bad. I left Dangio out. And I'm also missing someone over here. Red Car, Ralph, J-Bev, Living Legend. DDGamer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no, they're all there. Just smaller. There we go. All right. My partner, as always, Mojo D. How are you?
Hello.
Hey, all right. Thank you for being here. Sleepy as always. All right, so check it out. We have some familiar faces that have not been in this event for a while. Red Car is back.
Ooh.
Yes.
There's still
Canadian
voice
Top,
check of everybody
the great
in the
Red
Discord.
Car, former
who
winner
is able
of
to
the
do
Gangster
voice.
Award.
Check.
And your
Check.
friend and mine, Exterminator 5, is on the 3RA
That's
team.
DD.
He's in.
Lord of Lunchtime.
Lord of
Is that
the
legend I
Lunchtime.
heard? Ralph,
Yep.
I heard.
That's good.
And I think, and then
Okay, cool.
a cast of characters, Ralph and I think J-Bev. No, Ralph and R. Lidka are from Red Muse. I've not seen County Cupid or Blake No Relation before. I think I've seen all the rest of this cast of characters. All right.
I haven't seen County Cupid pop up in quite some time now.
Mm-hmm. Is County Cupid from like maybe the Mad Zuri days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Him, Dutcher, and Mighty Mike.
Right.
I remember that
Yes.
group.
I recognize Mighty Mike's name. So I'm not as old school as say Mojo is with playing. I entered around version 13, so some of these cast of characters we haven't met. All right, you want to go interview the teams for a minute? All right, let's start with Team Steelaxe. All right.
If we have a loud
Hello.
spice.
Hello, Clinton.
Not spies. Hey man, how you guys doing? You guys.
Fine.
Hey.
We are already live, right? So please don't talk about strategy.
Yes, we are live. Yeah, so Team Steelaxe, I am live on my channel. So any secrets, please keep them.
Sure, we have all the chatter already out.
Good.
There's only one award we are going for, right?
Yep. Well, guys, you guys are. We have a quite.
It's important
quite
when
a
we're playing
different,
to communicate well.
different scenario
Try
today.
to respond. People ask you questions.
Lots of different ways to win, which
We've
is
had some
unlike the
problems
other
with that in
blue
the past.
circuits that we've had.
And also
I
not
assume
to
that you guys have your strategy
spam
picked out, and you
voice
will
chat
focus
with
on one or
every straight
maybe
thought that
two
crosses your
of
mind.
these.
Let's keep focused on the game as much as we can.
Yeah, for sure. You're gonna see
Yeah, totally.
for sure unique strategies today.
Check.
Mm-hmm. Good.
And something you've never seen before.
Yeah. Good.
I can guarantee you that. It's exclusive just for you.
Well, remember, so today we have the MVP award, we also have the Gangster award, and we have a new award called the Troll award.
Think they're gonna go for nuke?
So I would imagine a few of you have your eye on that Troll award.
No way.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe go for nuke because it's third.
Well, guys,
science.
I've given you out the password already. The server is down.
But it
If you
would
guys share
probably
that
be
password
easier to
amongst
go
yourselves,
for
and,
rocket.
I'll pass like an at everyone in this channel, or to you guys personally to let you guys know that the server is up. You can join, and then once we see everyone join, then we'll hit the button. It's there is a lobby in this scenario.
What would you
so
people say is
you'll
easier,
join
2
to an
rockets
active
or
server, which will be good. Yeah.
1?
All right.
I
Any questions?
think 1 rocket's easier than 2.
Sure. No, actually, no. I mean,
No questions. Okay. All right. Well, guys, good
here
luck
they
today. Get her done. Hope you guys good luck on the battlefield. Team 3RA, welcome.
What's up?
Hello.
What's up?
Hi.
What's up, Juice and Living Legend? Lots of familiar faces. Isn't this cool? So, guys, I need to give some credit to Juicy Juice. His link is in the description. Go follow him. He's also linked in the chat. He's the author of this custom scenario and has done a lot of work to get us where we are today, and helped out a ton in trying to get this PvP Factorio thing happening and work on balance and lots of discussions. So lots of off-air work that Juice has been doing. So give him a follow. In addition to being a pretty badass player. So
Hey, thank you.
So remember, there's 4 ways to win, and these are scenarios that you guys have practiced quite a bit off air. This is probably the scenario that runs 24/7 on your server, so no stranger to these conditions. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So I would imagine you guys have 1 to 2 strategies that you guys are going to go for immediately. Yeah.
We have some thoughts. We got aces up our sleeve.
All right. I would like to point out also that joining Team 3RA, a guy has not been here in some time. I believe the first ever Gangster Award winner, Canadian Toss, is back for more today, which is great. Is he muted? Hey, man.
I'm sorry, I just had myself muted. Yeah, I'm back this time.
Awesome. I was overjoyed when I saw that you were going to join the team. It's great, man. It is so much fun to watch you play and just wreck face in this game. I would imagine if I asked you to build a mega base, you would probably fall on your face. But if I asked you to go take out some buildings, you would do it with ease, with one hand tied behind your back.
Well, I'm pretty decent at building. I'm just too lazy.
Oh, there you go. Just multi-talented. There you go. Also, here he is. He just joined. Exterminator. What's up, man?
What's up? What's going on, guys?
How was that? How was your lunch today?
It was good. I was with family, so I'm a little late.
Lord of the lunch is here. So Exterminator, his link is in the chat. He will be joining Team 3RA for today. All right. Well, guys, the servers, now that we have a lobby, I've sent you out the password and the IP. The server is down right now. I'll send you a note once it's up. Okay. And you guys can join in. You'll join into an active server so that you can join your team before the match starts. Then I'll probably type something in chat to let you know it is the match is on. Or say 5 seconds till we start, and then I hit the button, and then we'll go. So you will be able to join and get into your team, discuss for just a little bit, and then we'll go, right?
Sounds great. Good.
Any questions?
Fight them up.
All right. Good luck, guys.
All right. Thanks about that. What's up, Exterm?
All right. Good luck, guys.
Not much, man. How's it going?
Right. Good.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mojo, you have the.
I'm feeling good.
The server and the password.
We got our roles.
I sent you that last night.
So I think you're on offense with Convenient Toss.
Yep. One thing, Cloning TV.
So the idea is that you and him at the very beginning pick up a couple of the starting base turrets,
tell the rest
and
of
then just
the
run
rest of the crew.
Okay, and that's
I've made 8 maps.
Red Car
and put
is
in
one of them.
8 save games.
Yes.
Okay, I
Red
just don't know all the names.
Canadian Toss. Yeah, he's got a
In
lot
no
of
particular
names.
order. One is copper restricted. I'm going to use the word restricted versus limited. One is copper restricted. One is iron restricted. One is stone.
I'm hoping to get science up
restricted,
pretty
which,
early
if you
and
pick
give you
that one, we're
guys
gonna
some
make you
bullet
pick again.
upgrades.
2 are oil
then,
limited, and 2 are
go
copper,
towards
or
rockets.
coal limited. So cloning, we
have a
want to
good
have stone in there. We don't want to do another
military advantage as
stone
much as
limited. Iron restricted and copper restricted is different than limited. So we'll see if we end up picking that, or I'll tell you afterwards. So
if you can, maybe once we get walls, try to block their oil.
Number between 1 and 8, and that will determine which map that we load.
All depends on the map.
On the server.
Right, but I mean, still oil. Well, right, if the oil's inside.
Yes, what do you mean by limit?
Or whatever the limiting resources.
There is a limit.
Yeah, there's we'll have lots of troll tools at your disposal.
Limit of the
producing grenades, producing gun turrets, producing ammo.
Restricted means that
producing walls.
means that there's plenty.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's hard to get.
Cool. I just put on my push to talk. Wanted to make sure.
Okay.
Oh, we got a number.
Clonin has chosen. The map has been chosen. Clonin has chosen number 6.
Oh gosh.
All right.
What's that?
Load up map number 6. These maps will be available afterwards. All right. See what we got. Now I'm curious. I don't remember which one this is, so I will. I chose them all on air last night, so you can go back and watch the VOD real quick if you want to. All right.
Bonus points for paying attention.
Yeah.
Oh, he showed the
All
maps on
right.
his pod.
So let's go ahead and launch into Factorio. Light the beacons. Gondor needs aid.
The server's up.
All right.
Did y'all see the password in the
and load up.
Don't say it because I'm streaming.
And
Yes.
Where is it?
It's in the 3 Gaming Discord in the
All right,
PvP Red
Mojo,
Circuit
go ahead
channel.
and join in. Everybody's joining. Oh, they're just joining in.
Yep, they're all in.
It's up.
You'll need to.
And where's the
I
IP?
will.
And then I can hit up.
Same place.
Spectator.
The first line is
Oh,
the
yeah.
IP, the second line is password.
Okay.
I see it, thank you.
Admin, join team. Join spec. All right, we're looking at teams. And let's switch over. Game info. Production score, we'll put that one up. All right, teams.
So do we
are
connect now?
I'll just do a
Yeah.
quick at everyone.
connected.
Let me just make sure. Let me message. Juice knows. Okay. I'm assuming that Juice and Auntie, everybody's there. All right. So we can see this map. I don't know if they can because I don't see them on the map. All right. Okay, we'll let everybody join up. This is great. Actually joining an active server. Shout. Okay.
They're joining that.
All right. First thing is I'm going to lay the blueprint down. I'm going to lay down the main blueprints,
Let me know once
smelting blueprint, and where I think we should put power. I'll do that while y'all are getting stuff out of the chests.
I'm going to type in here.
Okay.
Captains, let me know
Right.
when your team
Okay,
is all in.
Is anyone not here?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think RA is in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would ask you, viewers and participants, if you are a participant, please at least mute my stream and Mojo's stream, please.
So is anyone from 3RA not
honor system here.
in the game?
I'm comparing it.
On the honor system here. I'd like you to mute your screens now. That way we can
Yes,
I'm in.
focus on what you have to do and not hear me.
Ralph.
Yep, I see it.
Here.
Is there? See that?
You can hear my keyboard typing, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Crap.
Yep. So I assume everything's supposed to be black until he starts it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yes, yes.
Here we go. All right.
Let's do this.
All right, so you want us to just grab the turrets like right now and go? Or
Yeah.
you want help with the base?
No, grab the chairs and go.
All right.
We have
This is
very local. My god, it's cool.
I think bottom right is where was the base.
So I just kind of go out now and just try to raid them.
Yep.
Well, can you set up the power? North? Rolf, north?
Power, I think, right here.
Yeah, power go along that strip.
Let me set the
Just the right side.
that there.
My god. Rolf, don't you have a blueprint for...
There we go.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Oh, it looks like 3 of them are already coming to us. Same strategy. Here they are.
Okay. One, two, three, four, 5 of them coming to us.
Should we pull back, probably? Yep.
One of you go to the base.
Well, there's still one of us is.
Yeah. Okay. J-Beb's going. Okay. Great. Okay. I want Epo to defend. Epo go defend. Ralph go defend.
Epo is going to defend.
Grab some turrets.
Oh my god. Hey, Exterminator, help me kill this one coming.
Rip. This game.
No way.
God, what the fuck?
What?
Oh my god, dude. Restart. So this is what happens when you don't have any base exclusion at all and no rush rules.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try that again. Did all of them come here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7?
Okay, I changed my priority list for Epo. I just put some turns around the silo for the beginning.
Yeah, everyone grab a couple turrets and put this out at the beginning.
You all like small.
Oh damn, okay, we're done. I can go stream something else, right?
That was a smart move.
Next month. Oh my goodness. Well done. Reroll. What y'all talk about?
They have nothing in their
Just
base. It's funny.
Nice.
Give me one by points.
All right. Well, what do we want to do with this? Oh man.
Like, I think
mean,
this maybe proves that at least like a 10-minute no rush rule or something would be decent.
Mm. Oh,
No, we could have been
Let's
that
go
easy
talk
if we
to
just put
Antti.
some turrets around the
He's gonna
silo.
prove a point here. All
Mhm.
right. Here we go.
Correct.
3 of them, I think.
Well done.
Okay, so I assume we're re-rolling.
It's only a matter of time before someone did that.
It's only a matter of time. Yeah. That was really good. That was great. Go ahead.
You know,
Antti.
the turrets are actually like really weak when it comes to actually trying to kill them.
Sure, but if we have like 5 or 6 turrets around the base, and then we have 5 of us defending against 8 of them,
Is-
we'll kill them.
Shooting shotguns on the silo.
Is this the point you wanted to prove, or what's? Because it never comes. You just want to win. It never comes without proving a point, right? You know, or demonstrating something, right?
Every anti-win always demonstrates something.
Yeah.
Silo is not that cruel.
Yeah, I know. I knew it. I knew it had to be something about the silo, right?
Yes.
Oh mercy, Juice, come up and talk to us. At least just Juice, I guess. Just come up to Up One channel and come talk to us.
You have to drag him. I don't think he hears you.
He's probably not going to hear
I think he jumped right back in the chat. I can't drag him. I'll mess. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Very nicely done.
Nice.
Yeah, the shotgun downside the shotgun buff, I guess.
Yeah.
I
All
think
right.
it even works without, to be honest. I think we should just ban shotguns.
Yeah.
Well, no, we could just we have it set to 430%. We could take it down to half that.
But I think that,
Yeah.
Even then, it would
It
still
works
work.
without any buff. You can still win with that easily.
Well, the thing is, what we should do is put some turrets around the base around the silo immediately. So if we have like 8 turrets around the base, and if it's 6 on 6 in the middle of our base, then I think we'll be fine.
Well, I don't.
So
Did anyone get killed? I don't think so.
No, no one did.
No, because we had no defense around our silo. We had like nothing.
And
You also had no defense where they break into the wall.
right, you pulled up the turrets to go attack them, but then that left a giant hole in the wall for them to walk right through. So.
All right. I have a challenge. We do nerf shotgun challenge. We do nerf shotguns to 100%.
Okay.
And we try exactly the same again, and you try to defend. And we just play for 5 minutes. And if you can defend, then you get your point valid. That shotguns are not improved. But if you cannot, we ban shotguns forever.
Okay, let's try it.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
You want to do it? All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. We'll restart. Actually,
The shotgun's at 100%.
I have to re-roll the map. I don't.
You have to change the settings.
You have to end round.
Okay.
and change-
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey guys, so we're gonna do something special.
All
They're
right.
gonna try the same thing again. I think we're just gonna have a fake practice round. They're gonna come in. They're gonna set the shotgun's damage to normal instead of
All right,
quadruple
well,
like it was
everybody back
now.
to
Point. It doesn't matter.
And we're gonna see if we can defend.
Right. It's yeah, it won't, right?
Great.
Okay, all right, back to everybody back
Should
to
be
the corners.
interesting.
We'll go again.
Yep.
So now also Asilo knows the strategy.
It's okay. Yeah.
Not setting up the base or anything, just waiting for them to come.
That is a valid strategy. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I
all right,
mean,
here we
grab
go.
some turrets, put it near the silo. Also, when you grab
That was funny.
turrets,
Oh,
you know how there's
man.
3 of them together.
Knew it. Okay, shotgun.
Grab
shells
like
at
the 2,
100.
or I guess we
All
can
right.
grab the 2 outside ones.
Everything
Leave the
else-
middle one.
else is there.
So that'll leave
Set
some
to
defense for
start
the
round.
walls. You know what I'm saying? They're
Okay.
in groups
Yeah.
of 3. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll go here in a minute.
I mean,
Grab
I
them from
bet
like the
you,
back.
yeah, the health bonus
grab
is,
from the back.
is a bit excessive too. I think taking.
I doubt
the health
they'll
down
make
a
it this
bit
time
is,
because if we just
probably
put like
part of it.
15
Elena, you
turrets
missed
around
the
the
match, that's
silo,
great.
I don't think they can kill it.
Right.
Fantastic.
That's
And like
fantastic.
put them far enough away from the silo to where they still can't shoot it, like so they're not in range.
We did.
Right.
You missed it.
Put down some
They already
steam
done.
engines in front of it.
They just charged.
Well,
it
the
once.
the
I
turret
think
range
the-
and
I
the
think
machine
the
gun range are
point
about the
is going
same,
to
so we don't
be,
really have to worry about that.
You can either have
True.
a silo or shotguns. You can't do both. Yeah. Spectators. And we'll get one. Oh, this map is dog.
I said we all defend, and JBev goes.
That works.
Now, if they can't destroy our silo, do we continue the game? Is a question.
I think we'll restart.
Okay.
We'll restart. This is kind of a practice thing. All right. We are bottom left, so they are coming from the top right.
Alright, so grab turrets from here.
Grab like every other turret so that at least there's something.
Yeah, leave the middle turret in each group of 3 is what I was saying earlier.
I'm kind of doing the opposite.
Also, did they buff shotguns a lot to make them worth it?
Yep. Put them close. Put them close, guys. They want to be clustered, so they have to fight more than one turret at once. Make sure. Don't use yellow ammo. Yellow ammo is worthless. Only red ammo, guys. Only red ammo. Only red ammo. Yellow ammo does no damage.
Here they come.
Here they come.
Wow. Pretty funny.
They are in.
This is so silly.
They are in.
One
They're heading for the silo.
3 man in. 1, 2 at low
pretty low
HP.
health though.
Zulon has high HP. It's diminished.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah, easy. This is kind of fun, actually.
Yeah, true. But how real life is this? Because we took almost all our turrets to the center.
Okay. Well, there you go. Pipes, buff turrets. Oh man. All right.
Yeah, they sent someone up right at the very beginning.
I guess we should have killed him so JBF could kill it unmolested.
Shout. Okay, new round. Okay, we'll re-roll and
Do it properly.
okay. We'll re-roll with shotguns at current strength. Can we have? No.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You get an arrow too.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
I got booted
round.
up.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I clicked on end round.
I wonder, should we
Your server crashed?
see if they can do like a 10 or 20 minute no rush or something? Or do you want to just
All right.
Well, I think that
Hang on,
proved
let's
that you can
do,
defend. So
server.
Now we have to
but
defend
that's
them.
only if you know they're coming. Like if you don't if we do what we just did, then we can't go on offense because we don't have any turrets to take with us.
no, I think all we have to do is put like
You
8
start
turrets
server,
around our
it'll
base. So
likely
we don't have to
come
go
up and
nearly
I'll
as hard
have
as we
to end
did.
it again.
We'll be fine.
And actually, let me do.
Okay.
Well, I think the biggest issue is that turrets just do like no damage to them.
Well, no.
Also,
actually,
if
the
you
scenario, will
do
have
do
400%.
that and defend,
Yeah, it did.
they might never come and head start.
Right. Yeah. So
Right,
we'll just do a
but
few
you have
turrets.
To go in, is there a command that I need a command to reduce the shotgun strength if that's the case? Because the same map, I can move the same map in, but
Who is
it
going to
has
put the turrets
no
there?
Shotgun strength. So
People.
Juice or Clonin, can you give me the admin command to set the shotgun strength, and then we'll do that. Okay. All right. So the server should be up.
See how we go with that.
Alright, I gotta take a piss. Be right back.
Let me look.
In answer to the question, no sound. It's because we're in map view, so
Yeah.
most of the sounds are missing.
Right. Okay, server's up.
The server is up again.
Yep.
What if you just make
All
a
right,
giant
server. One sec. Sorry, server is up now. You guys can join. Once
All
I
right,
get
server's
the,
back up. You guys can all join. Once I get the command to reduce the shotgun's strength, then we'll hit that, and then we'll go. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
All
Just
right.
talking
Good,
to Clon giving you that.
Strength, then we'll hit that, and then we'll go. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Okay. Oh man, that's a complicated one. What? All right.
So we're going to ask exclusion or not?
No, no.
I doubt they'll do the same thing again, but even so, like you
Alright,
said,
I'm
we
not
can
a-
just put a few turrets around.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
Seem to be
you
safe.
need to run.
Did the attackers do it?
Need to run is the
Yeah, I would say
command
so.
fix settings
Yeah, and
false.
probably not take
Well,
turrets
yeah.
from the way they would come in too.
Yeah. Do the same thing maybe. Just take like stagger the turrets that you take.
Right.
Place a little bit at the silo and the rest go for offense.
That one.
So, if that was their legit strategy, I wonder if they
So,
just don't
Juice
have
or
one now
Conan?
going in.
No, they
I
might.
think they
Uh,
could have several
Don't
strategies.
think you can.
They
keep
say
that
they said
setting.
they have a couple. So
Okay.
Well, just waste this.
Can't expect nothing less from anti-elites. He's always gonna come up with some new thing.
Something super cheesy, yeah.
All right, let's see if I can't crash the server here.
Sure, you'll do your best. There he is, Canadian toss.
Copying and pasting this command as is. Sent you something on Discord, yeah. Okay. All right, let's look at teams again. All right, hang on.
I mean, if we just
Hey,
go
can I
with
try
our
to make
same,
this wall to trap them?
7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Juice is not in. Oh no. Sorry.
Yeah,
one,
he's in 3RA.
7.
Okay,
Oh,
both of y'all
sorry,
said something at the same time. What?
1, 2, 3, 4.
I want to make quickly make some wall production
I'm
so I can
missing,
trap them when they're running away.
Steelaxe
Let's do that later. I think it's more important to get pressure on them immediately.
7?
I don't know.
So that's kind of like what I was gonna say is if we do that same
Okay.
strategy, I mean, they're probably just going to
that's when
like just defend us, like right? I mean, they're
you pocket
Sure.
gonna do what we just did to them.
Sure, but that's fine. You're distracting them. You're pulling them off their tasks.
Yes, we're
We're just
still
harassing and
alive.
trolling and making their life difficult.
You're not fighting.
Okay.
So, all right,
Fair
everybody's
enough,
in.
yeah.
Everybody's in. You guys ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
All right, everybody in. You guys ready?
No.
Nope.
Wait a second. I just added something to your list, Asuda. Alright. I hope you're ready now. Everything's clear, Asuda?
Yes, I ran the command that Clonan gave me, and it looks like Acido is not in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are we
Okay.
going with strategy too?
All right. Well, all right. I'll let you guys talk strategy. Hit me up when you're ready. Okay. There's Acido.
There he is. Yeah, there is one, an 8th one. I remember when I looked
Okay.
at your list before that I thought I saw only 7.
Probably. They were adding players within 45 minutes of start time.
Ah, okay.
Seconds. Left.
All right, here we go. Same thing.
game.
Same strategy we did originally.
All right.
Please go a little bit further from the boxes.
Man, that is a blueprint.
Yeah.
Are on the same.
Okay, let's get these turrets defending.
At least we'll have a bit of a warning if they come towards us this time.
Yeah, please.
Well, still, we want to have it ready.
Can we get the power layer?
Yep. It's not quite here.
Yep, thanks.
Well, the fact their score is doing pretty good would indicate they're definitely not rushing us.
Point.
Well, they put on some burner mining jewels last time. On coal.
True. Should we stick together? Do you want to? Should we like split up and hit from 3 different sides? Okay.
How is power?
They have oil up and running already?
Nope.
And there's no they don't have technology, so whatever they have is.
Oh no, they have the pump jacks going though.
Kill them.
Yeah, we need jacks up actually.
Just worry
Oh,
about
we
harassing
can't
them.
build entities in their base. Interesting.
Correct. Just focus on harassing them. Get them out. And you don't need to fight to the death. If they come out, you can pull back. Like avoid fighting to the death.
Yeah,
Them
just hit
dying-
and run.
Yeah, them dying doesn't hurt them, it hurts you because you have to run a long way. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, our points though from using all this ammo.
You get points
Guys,
back.
there's no underground belts or splitters in the chest.
Here, I got some that I can give
give you
to.
a few.
Or
Oops.
Okay, power is up.
run away if they start killing you. It'd be annoying. Okay, there's no medium power poles in the chest. Guys, don't take so much. Oh, and there are some. I'm sorry, there are some.
Alright, I'm gonna leave. I'm almost dead.
Can you give me my can you give me your ammo so I can keep fighting?
Yeah.
I think he was just pulling back, not necessarily like. Remember, there's no real cost to death except walking. So.
Alright, this leg is making it really hard to actually get the ammo into turrets.
Not sure how I can help you there. What do y'all think? You all able to distract them? Seems like it, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're
Only
still
one.
imaging points though from this.
We're not trying to win by points though.
So we're just trying to slow them down, get in their way.
So we can get military up and destroy their silo.
Fair enough.
Did you get some ammo off them, hopefully?
Yeah, it looks like JB is in the base, giving them a really hard time.
Beautiful.
Heal up soon.
Does somebody have belts and excessive?
Nope. Got like
No, iron's started up though.
Yep.
Should,
Yeah, we've got
make
plenty of
belts,
iron mines set up as well.
So apparently I can actually outrange turrets.
Yeah, slightly. Player just slightly more range. Yeah, if you want to return to base, I would just die. Fastest way.
I do have like 50 or 60 spare ammo, JB, if you want that. Canadians in the base. All right, I'm gonna come to you as well.
Keep putting pressure. This is good. Like how we're distracting them well. Wish there was like a defensive alarm and an offensive.
Yeah, it keeps freaking me out.
Alright, let's get as much iron as we can up.
Oil starting. Need steel for storage.
Yeah, working on that now.
Shotgun is so slow going on these walls.
Can I get the other line of iron ore routed out? Well, I destroyed a few of their labs.
Or the lab's functioning. You have a fresh set of ammo now. Oh, that's beautiful, Exterm. Keep just running, get your health up. Yeah, 2 or 3 people following you, that's awesome.
Jeez, they got engines and red circuits already.
They have engine production up?
Yeah, and red circuits. Crazy.
Yeah, their score per second is 5 times higher than ours.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're teching up insanely fast.
Maybe they have connected oil already.
They have a tank.
Really?
What?
Yeah, Anti got a tank. Rip.
GG.
Meet turrets down here immediately.
How the hell?
We have wall. Is there wall anywhere?
The wall
You could just
production.
wall them in.
We got wall production, yes.
Yeah.
Probably our best bet at this point.
I do some silo defense.
The left side of the left iron is messed.
Does like no damage on the tank.
Yeah, we have no way to kill this tank.
That's okay. It's not going anywhere. Let's not kill him if he gets out. We might
Just
have
leave him there.
We might have just taken.
Yeah, and then he can't get anywhere.
How much ammo do they have in the tank?
Just keep walling him in.
Just make sure we have enough stuff to wall them in with something.
We got some stone furnaces here.
Yeah, Ipu is building more stone furnace.
Can you get like wall production up?
It's up.
Yeah. I'm upgrading it for more. Does somebody have some more miners?
Okay, well, our points are declining, but we should just stop shooting at him. I mean, we can't kill it.
Just leave him there. He can't go anywhere.
Don't kill him though.
No.
West. I'm going in.
We're running out of wall.
In.
Oh, they got another tank.
Yeah, Zulan. Good thing.
Maybe we can
wall,
just keep
more
them
wall.
there, and then they won't be able to work on the.
Exactly. Just keep pumping wall. Like they can't go anywhere. They don't have any ammo.
Oh, there's another guy with the tank.
Just get them all here. They can't do anything.
They're breaking through our wall faster than we can keep them, though, I think.
Auntie's in. No, Sulan's in.
Auntie got out of his tank.
I put some more turrets up the silo.
Bilka's almost breaking through. I'm gonna die if I go try to block him again.
In the center of the base, killing everything.
They've got to run out of ammo at some point, right?
Yeah.
Is there any stone wall?
Doing all his nests.
Crap.
Oh,
Cito.
Steel North.
Wait.
Okay, choose.
Is Bilka spawn? Ah.
Well, this was interesting.
Bilka's almost through. He's through, guys.
Zulon.
Yeah, they're going for the silo. GG.
Yeah, another time. I'm dead.
My God.
Oh, I got too close. GG.
even with the nerf, dude, tanks are still way too powerful.
Yeah, whatever.
How did they get
Our
the tanks
strategy
so
was
fast?
for long time game, not for short. Oh, damn.
Did they literally just went base?
Oh,
I'm curious what they have.
Yeah, they went straight for oil just because they knew they could plastic blue side.
Yeah. All is crucial.
well.
We won in points this time. No, we didn't.
Almost.
Almost. we won it. We won in score per minute. We got less negative.
That was still a lot of fun. I think though that still goes to show how unbalanced PvP is in general. Like you just like no matter what you do, they're still going to be able to just cheese you completely.
Wasn't the science meant to be on 0.3?
What do you mean?
Science multiplier.
Oh yeah, it was 0.3. Yeah.
It says game info says it's on 1.
Science was super fast. That's how they got tanks in 20 minutes.
And reduced shotgun damage. They can just murder face on the last silo standing. I guess if you take the last silo.
Yeah, they didn't even
out,
they didn't even belt their iron away from the. They just did all hand feed.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yep.
Yeah, taking out last silo standing seems like the way. Seems like the point proven. And that was the other thing we were discussing is that Zulan said, well, how many, asking 3RA guys run this.
I feel like
same.
You have to have either a no rush time or
last silo standing is
somehow find a nerf to tanks that is like global regardless of what time in the game it is. Because
then,
I mean you just can't.
Zulan asked
I mean you can't defend. Like literally turrets with piercing ammo were doing nothing.
Of the time is last silo standing is the silo destruction is the way to win.
I mean we could have gotten rockets I suppose, but we had no idea that was incoming.
Rockets. Right. All right, let's go talk to Auntie.
Alright, doesn't work out like this.
Well done, man. No time for smelting lines. Like we just got to.
Too cool for smelting.
The PvP, like the others, they didn't even try less to build, right?
Right.
It's just that note. If you have a silo and no protection time,
It's
well,
over.
let's be honest. A silo in general, like even if you have no silo, if you have a silo and protection time, after protection time, it will be exactly like that.
Yes.
I think it's funny once, but I don't
right.
know.
Even if you add the 30-minute no rush time, it'd still be something like this, right? So
It would be just on the line with 8 tanks and.
yeah, it'll be like 30.
You cannot stop it.
30.
You cannot stop tanks.
Yeah,
You cannot,
a 35-minute match instead of a 18-minute match, right? so with the 30-minute rush. Yeah, the silo is a very vulnerable part. I agree. I mean, and Zulan's question from last time was, 3RA runs this scenario 24/7 on their server, and he asked the best question, which was, okay, how often does this scenario win? And Juice says like 90% of the time, right? It's a silo destruction, right? So
sure.
It's a great question.
Shadow saying Anti lost probably most HP while crashing into walls.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's true. The problem is the gun turrets, they don't do any damage.
Right.
The only thing that damages you is grenades.
Yep.
And yeah.
The lowest. I'm looking around the tanks now. The lowest a tank ever got was 1782 out of 2,000. So they lost.
10%.
Yeah, they lost. Less than 10. Yeah, about 10% of the health and all of that. So.
I really would like to get this scenario more production based again.
Yeah.
Should we move up into that chat and figure out what's going to happen?
I'm listening to the stream.
Actually, in our discussion in the channel, when Juice proposed a scenario that said, "Hey, you want to play this time with a last silo standing checked," and I was surprised that you accepted. Honestly,
we did it because we
prove the point, right?
To make a point.
Yeah.
That it's not nice. We said so many times before that we didn't like it, but I think now it is obvious that it's not a good main mode. So.
Well, there you go. I mean, yeah, point proven. I agree.
To be honest, I don't know what we do now.
Yeah.
We didn't like actually prepare another strategy.
Really? I'm sure that you had another one.
You got 7 strategies.
We don't have another one. We just have those 2 for today.
Strategy alpha. So.
I mean, like, I don't know what we had to change for today to make production work again. But basically everything, I guess.
Yeah. So if you want to, maybe next time split the PvPers, speedrunners, get a good mix of both. Maybe. I mean, maybe. So.
Yeah. Doesn't solve the fundamental
problems.
problems.
Doesn't solve the problem.
Change the strategies, right?
Yeah.
The game is not better if it's balanced. Then one team has the tank.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up to that channel.
And the other team has it at the same time. Then it's still not a fun game.
Right. Yeah. So.
If you just go for, I was just thinking, if you go for production score, then you just go bulk mining copper.
Yeah.
Like. On this mode, for sure, yeah. There's chain, no chains, because if someone of the chain dies from attack, nothing works anymore. So if you just mine copper into chest, it's a very good point value. We know that already, anyways. Plus, it's the least vulnerable to any PvP action. So.
I think one of the factors, hey, it's juicy, is the science. We had it set to 0.3.
Yeah, it was quick. Yeah.
But,
yeah, the team warped through it pretty quick. But, I mean, even with a longer strategy, still, like what they were able to do was, I saw some pretty genius stuff. They pulled up ammo out of their turrets and threw that into military science, which was great. And then everything else, they barely had it. They had no smelting lines, and they just did with their starting equipment, were able to rush tanks with enough starting equipment and direct smelting, and had just a really, really quick build. If you guys go look at their base, that's
all the while. Did that all while being harassed by several members of Team 3RA.
Yep. Had plastics in a very small oil build coming off for red circuits for some blues, right? Had engines very quickly. And then look at that. This was the remarkable thing is look at the red and green. All of that was hand-fed with handcrafted or hand-fed based on the equipment they had in their chests. Right. That's just
you get all the yellow inserters go straight to green. All the gears go straight to red. All that copper,
Also, if you don't have the reduced research stuff, it's still too fast. This was built to make all science in 4 minutes. Technically, our goal was to come with tanks after 6 minutes, which didn't work out, but this is what this build is capital of if you just do it in a while. So if you reset the research to 1 factor, it just takes 30 minutes instead, which is still like not very much.
The only change is that you have more walls when the tanks come, but it doesn't change the fact that you will have guys babysitting the enemy tanks in or around your base, and that's it's not really a interesting game, I think.
I think we need a major overhaul on PvP balance. Like absolutely, turrets need to be much stronger. Cannot be possible that turrets cannot do anything against.
But if you make turrets so much stronger, you have to add a recharge time, basically.
Counter to
just pick up turrets to save them.
I have a good idea. You want to make defense very resource hungry, right? But very efficient. Do I understand you correctly on that, Zilon?
No, I want to make defense resource efficient because you usually need more larger defenses in terms of area. I want to make sure that defense cannot be abused in an offensive way. Right now you can basically abuse the defensive structures to kill other players around their base, and that's just...
You can add a setup time, right?
Setup time, or as I usually proclaim, a huge basic area around your base where the enemy cannot build, and you have the defensive advantage of being the only player who is allowed to use defensive structures there.
That would help, but that still wouldn't like fix the issue in terms of how good turrets are like in general or against tanks. I mean,
you have to balance it completely with all the ammo, all the penetration types and defense types are not very well fit to each other for PvP.
Yeah, I mean,
at all.
You know, as it stands now, even with
there's one problem, and that is if you build a lot of defense, you can build an unpenetrable ball, and nobody wants that too, right? So maybe I don't know. Solution for that is make ammunition more costly or something, but I'm not exactly sure about that.
Mm-hmm. Well, as it stands now, even because we nerfed tanks in some way this time, I believe.
Speed.
Incredibly, because you know why is it such a huge nerf? Normally you can just drive against the wall and the wall will be damaged consistently. But this time, you drive against a wall, you're not accelerating enough to damage it at all. So you can wall and tank completely with a wall without being able to just drive through it, which you normally can.
Right.
Right, but even with that, I mean, as you showed, as you demonstrated, you can't defend against a tank, like multiple tanks, until you get rockets, pretty much, because turrets are so underpowered compared to tanks, and tanks get the double damage with ammo. What was happening is we kept you there for a little bit, but then it got to the point where you would break through the wall faster than we could respawn because you would just kill us instantly when we went there to place wall.
Yeah, that was when you found the button to kill you.
I pressed space to shoot players, but I forgot I rebound space to rotate. So I just rotated on you for 3 minutes until I realized.
Yeah. One suggestion was to lower the tank health, but to 300, but no tank got below 200 down.
Because it didn't do no damage to them.
There's one thing. This game is not designed for PvP. So why do we focus so much on player PvP? I think we should focus on production way more. And one thing I think to get PvP still useful into that is that, I already suggested the questing system very often, right? Where you have special bonuses for production, special items. But sometimes you have a quest popping up that is hold the middle of the map for a total of 5 minutes or something, and you get a bonus 100,000 production points.
Right.
Or find the first 10 survivors or something on the map. So you have neutral objectives on the map, and you can fight for these. So PvP absolutely has a meaning, but it has not the meaning of attacking players or the bases. So you could unite both. You can make a very good edge with PvP dominance on the map, and also buffing turrets, you make sure the players that can still production focus build, they can defend themselves against that if they invest a little bit more. I mean, I speak about heavily buffing the turrets for that, so that doesn't happen. And then you can go PvP based with neutral objectives on the map, but not that strong just for players. I think that is a good idea.
Yeah,
but
I don't know what you think about that, Josie.
Yeah, King of the Hill or whatever. Right?
I mean, you still have to I really like that idea, but even if you do that, you still have to balance PvP, because then what's going to happen is what happens right now is, even if there's a neutral objective, even if it was mainly production focus, if we both went for it, both our teams, you guys still would have won the neutral objective because we could, you had tanks, right? Which could be anything we possibly had at that point. So not only would you be ahead in production.
The point is, if you buff defense too strongly, you cannot attack a base anymore decently. So you say PvP is worthless. But by making the object neutral, you can buff turrets without worrying about PvP being useless. That's the point.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we need some sort of. I mean, the only way to kind of do that now is through mods, right? Okay, in terms of execution,
Yeah.
All right. So
I guess we need an army of mod makers to get in with us and start figuring out how and what to do that. Right?
Better get on it, Mojo.
Yeah.
Well, there is a huge design space that you can explore with mods. For instance, like making tanks much further into tactic and much more expensive, but still have them in the role of being a super attack unit. That's what I would like, but I mean, there are many.
Yeah, I mean that would
options,
make
right?
sense. Because you can beat tanks with later tech, but you can't beat tanks when you can get them in the first whatever it was, like 15 minutes.
Yeah, but the tech to beat tanks is actually like even a little bit further down than the tech to make tanks.
Yeah, it's actually harder to get the rockets.
Right, rockets and grenades.
The
I
rockets
guess.
should counter natural release tanks.
Yeah, and then even in Clonin makes a good point, is even within 1.7, mod's a good solution because now we don't. I mean, all right, everybody download this mod. Right, is a pain to get everybody. I mean, there's 20 of us talking here, but it's kind of a pain to say, all right, everybody get this mod, or all 40 to get this mod. But now once we have auto mod server downloading, it would be better, right? To say, hey, join the server, and the mod will come to you.
I mean,
But
unfortunately,
I think it's also a thing of first finding out how to balance it, but because we're far from that, and just like testing that internally with a mod, even right now, is still reasonable to maybe like even suggest like wall changes, which would balance PvP and PvE decently.
So I'm actually super surprised that you weren't able or didn't get to the point of the rushes we did today in your runs on the server, because and it doesn't seem like super hard to figure that out, but it still takes these big events to find these huge cracks in the balance.
Well, we do different settings on the server. What the settings I proposed was kind of a compromise between what we normally do and what some of the things are we're wanting.
Oh, okay.
So you don't do shotgun buff.
Well, we do shotgun buff. I think the biggest thing is we do fast blueprinting, so that we have like a base that's done immediately. We do the random def con, so that you have science coming automatically.
Like,
those are for like, I don't know if they're appropriate for events, but it's like when you have like 2v2, it really helps to kind of get the action going without having to build a huge base. So that's kind of what we've been playing with for the last few months.
But I mean,
I don't know, like the shotgun rush, it takes 3 minutes. Like even if you have a blueprint fast set up, I don't see how you can decently defend against that at all. Like even at 100%, if you don't expect the rush, and you normally don't do that, like in the second tryout, where you had like turrets all over there. I don't know, how do you defend your rocket at 3 minutes normally already? Completely with 8 people? There will always be someone somewhere.
We don't usually have that many people, and I think when you have if it's just a pickup game, you don't have the coordination to get, like if we have a 4v4 on our server, it's unusual to get everyone to be like, okay, we're going to go do this at the very beginning, and to all agree to go do it. So that's just something we haven't seen before.
And I think also, don't you start with starting equipment medium, right? So you have armor.
Right. Well, we do that for the fast blueprint thing. Where you start with modular armor, then we take it away after 20 minutes. So then you're
right.
The same.
And then starting
rockets, right?
No, we don't do rockets.
Okay.
No rockets, right? And then what's your starting research level that you usually do?
The same as this, but since we use the DEF CON, so it kind of works out a little differently. Like what would have been different, I think we would have gotten rockets sooner.
Yeah, because you don't have to actually build science with the DEF CON, right?
Right. And we have what is it? The 8x science nerf to tank, so tank science takes 8 times longer.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're missing like each good strategy game, MPVP or something, is a rock paper scissors mechanics where you have like always an answer to something, and it comes more down to scouting what the enemy does, so you can counter it. But currently, scouting is useless, and there's no rock paper scissors at all. And even
No.
if there's paper scissors, and you don't have to really scout, because there still, like, if you see the opponent, you normally have everything produced anyways, and you can just choose, and you can like carry all your weapons anyway, and you can have each weapon, so it doesn't really matter at all. So you don't have to adjust to your opponent. And I think like a good way for balancing that more would be maybe make research way make more efficient, so you can focus on one thing being strong. And if you do like that, you have to take care of the opponent and scout him and see what is he doing, so we can counter him with the right thing. And if you don't and just do it blindly, we run a huge risk of running just into the skither fall.
Well, like that's a really good point. Like if you look at games like StarCraft or something, right? There is the rock paper scissors where you can. There's always a counter, but the difference is when you scout in something like StarCraft, it's always quite obvious what the person is doing. You know, like you see them put down this building, you're like, oh, okay, they're doing this. But the problem with Factorio is there's so many tech and build paths that even if we ran straight in here and we saw what you were doing, I mean, with this, it's kind of obvious you're doing tanks, but even so, it's like, we saw what you were doing. We saw the red circuits and engines, and we didn't know you were rushing tanks because we thought, oh, you know, both those are worth a lot of points. They're just trying to rack up points. You know, so it's
could be.
That's a problem with Factorio. There's so many different paths you can go. Even if you scout, you can't fully know what they're doing unless you just see like a tank production thing or something. So it's kind of like that's why it's difficult to balance it, because it's like, you know, there's so many different options that even when you get full vision, you can't know for sure what the person's actually going for as their end goal.
I don't know. I think it's still possible. Chad is suggesting some sort of throwable radar. Interesting. That may be really reasonable. I don't know. I think you can rather figure it out very, very well. What you're trying to do.
My biggest concern is actually that we as a community find a great way to balance the game, but then it still doesn't work out in combat because of the latency issues.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That is sort of the question is how much potential does Factorio have in the technical sense for really combat focused mechanics.
Yeah, we noticed that on the second go with the shotguns, we tried to shoot the walls, but we couldn't just hit the wall and decent because it was like over a second delay or something. I was just running into turrets because I was trying to stand still, but if you shoot, you have the delay, and it's way too huge to have any skill shots like tank shots or shotguns or anything working. Like, just a machine gun will always hit, that's fine still, but anything else doesn't work out with the engine, so Zulin has a good point there.
If you could make it into sort of a MOBA where your production causes some neutral attack, and you basically focus on placing buildings or making buildings that produce like minions going somewhere, then I think it wouldn't be so much of a technical issue. But the player itself is a bit of a problem. If you focus on the player and the weapons of the player and the vehicles for the player, then it's a latency issue.
Yeah, that is a good point. I always notice, I mean, in the server, even for me, in the servers in the US, I was, you know, I couldn't hit crap with my shotgun because, you know, I'd hit the button at a person and the person would have already moved, you know, 6 tiles away before it shot.
Well.
Also, you want a mod for this?
So here's the thing: is
halfway through making one.
Yeah, good ideas. I've been collecting a lot of ideas in a little Google form of input this, and we're going to try and figure out if these things can be added to a mod or a scenario, or it's just something in a game that is either a suggestion or something that may or may not be added in for our purposes. So I did put a link in I guess it was Team Steelaxe Discord in the production balances channel. One of the last things I posted was a Google form to start logging these ideas. We've got a ton of them. And what I need to do is parse them all and kind of put some stuff in there and kind of draw a line of what we can get done with a mod or what we can get done with a scenario, and see if we've got a something that's feasible or not to do that we can make it at least a little bit better. Like I like the idea of like the random things that we do. We take the PvP out of just crushing someone's base. That's a pretty good one. Or hold this area for 10 minutes and you get extra X number of 1,000 points per minute or something. Capture a town, get 20% damage, something like this. All kinds of those types of things. So anyway, if you guys would want to, let me actually put that in chat too, I guess, is you can leave some ideas into that Google form, and I have some time later tonight and tomorrow to kind of compile them, and then I'll start posting them to see what kind of, if we can draw a line through. All right, all these ideas look good. The effort to do them is not too much. Plus, we can all fit this into a scenario. Let's see what we can do, right? Or we can all fit this into a mod. Let's see what we can get done. So if you would channel all these things into that, and then we'll start hunting around for some coders that can help us make this make it a reality. And that Google form actually, and that little collection method came out after the last event that we did, and I started collecting all of these things in. And yeah, that's the other thing, is that Clonin just said maybe it's possible to add to the engine functionality of some of these ideas, and maybe we can just submit a bunch of feedback to the Factorio forums and have them put it in the game if any of these ideas are good. So
one thing we didn't discuss yet, that is what Acedo just said in chat, and that is, let's automate combat. It may seem like a joke first, but it actually makes a lot of sense if we would create some sort of aliens or machines that attack the opponent just on the straight lane or something, and you can construct these with some ingredients and just make it PvE PvP. I don't know how you call that. Yeah, you make like AI-based stuff that attacks, and then you don't have the latency stuff and all that stuff as well.
Right.
It reminds me of some of those tower defense Warcraft 3 maps. I think so. I was suggesting in my chat as well. Kind of like a battle bot. I do have one thought though, and that is like all the balances. You're sort of circling around the point that the whole system's fundamentally broken. There's so many just little issues that rebuilding all of the combat from the ground up is probably the better way to go.
Just wondering, is there any like quick things that we can say that we want tank cost and stuff?
Yeah, I may have that answer in those forms, Ralph.
Yeah,
so,
it's just I'm currently making a mod, and I'm like on the stage where I'm deciding what to make it out of.
Right. Yeah, so I may have that answer for you once I dig into that all the list of the stuff that we have. So
yeah, it's kind of the last thing. Some people in my chat are finally giving feedback, and like they're pretty like. I think we all know this, but they're saying, that like another issue is that there's these huge like curves or jumps in like tech and in power compared to like other PvP games where, they say like, PvP game like League of Legends or similar or whatever, there's many incremental power-ups, so it smooths it out. But in Factorio, since it's not balanced for PvP, it's like there's these massive jumps that just give like, if you get this, you just beat everything before it, like no matter what, and you win. So like tanks would be one, and then personal laser defense would be the one after that, so on and so forth. Where it's like it's not really smooth. It's like you're kind of on even ground until one person gets something, and then they just win.
That's sort of leading into where I mean by the whole thing needs to be rebuilt from the ground up. Because these are things that have been thrown into the game, going back years, and it's never really been put together in a coherent manner.
Right.
You remember the joke of discharge defense? It's still debatable whether or not it does anything. It does stack the power up.
That's good.
And just one last thought that I had with how you use the turrets as an offensive. The only reason I think that works is because there's no cooldown on a turret. You put it down, it just starts shooting, and it doesn't stop shooting until there's everything in its radius is dead. It can't doesn't have any kind of spin up or cooldown.
I don't understand that.
If I recall correctly, they wanted to actually implement that at some point, but they probably didn't because of PvE concerns. Because in PvE, you want to do turret rushes, you want it to be an option, and that's fine. But right now,
on an old version of the scenario from last year, we actually had that spin up for turrets.
Oh, that's possible in a scenario, actually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, probably you can do that.
I'm honest, what Exterminator says that the jumps are too high. I feel the same in PvE. There's some point where you cannot kill by this at all, and then you have a tank or something, you just crush everything. It's exactly
it's the same.
So if you just say it's not balanced well for PvP, I think the same problem exists in PvE either.
That's right.
I completely agree.
That's why I say it needs to be done from the ground up, because the problem exists right the way through. You can tweak it all day, but you're not going to eliminate the fundamental problems.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I mean that's like, I guess, just discussion, because it's never going to happen to be redone from the ground up, because it's the devs want a base building game. They don't really care much about the fighting aspect of it, as they said, so they're not really going to change that much, I don't think.
Yeah, and Clonan just said
community, right? You can do so much with mods. The only thing that I like to have engine-wise is separate power networks.
What did
Clonan say?
Power networks. The problem that you can hook into the enemy power network. I think this is...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. But you said...
I have a feeling fundamentally you can't eliminate that.
Well, you can't eliminate it because Kovarax doesn't want to eliminate it. That's a fundamental problem.
So Clonan just said that PvE combat is boring and the base game combat is just sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and that again leads back to why I was saying that it needs to be rebuilt from the ground up. Although I think Zulan was leading to why it hasn't been done yet.
Yeah.
I actually want to try out some changes to power armor equipment. Something I've been experimenting with.
So someone had an interesting idea. Is they said it'd be a major thing, but what if the research, like via a mod or something, was reworked so that you have a really low tech kind of crappy version of everything available, and then most research went into buffing those, or you could scale up from there. So you'd have a research that would get you an initial tank or something, but it would be pretty bad, but still better than on foot. And then you could either increase that or get the actual tank. Whereas now, like we discussed, it's just you don't have a tank, and then boom, you have a tank, and you just beat everyone.
I agree.
That's a good idea.
The question is if you want to do that maybe by research.
Yeah, via research.
It could be implemented as automated battle bots. I think that's the best suggestion so far, is automating combat.
Yeah,
you could implement... There's already a mod that does that if you could somehow make it work in PvP.
Yeah.
The Robot Army mod, I think it's called.
Yep.
The problem with those is they really snowball pretty hard overall. You need to counter snowball mechanic there.
What about those automated vehicles? There's that mod too.
True.
Oh yeah.
The problem, even the same problem would exist though with that, unless you balance the mod for this, because whoever is building production better and gets a higher tech robot, then the robot is then just going to crush the opponent, right?
It sounds logical. Why it should be the other way?
But
how is that different than what we're experiencing now? If someone just rushes, Anti's team just rush tanks, what if someone just rushes, a level 4 robot as a strategy, and then like and doesn't care about production points, and then they just send it in and win.
If you
in
have rock
20
paper
minutes.
scissors, you will always have a weaker point that is still stronger because it counters it.
And I mean, I think a more organic version of rock paper scissors is rushed tech boom. So you can basically say a rush counters the tech, the boom counters the rush, and the tech counters the boom. So kind of
What's
like
exactly the boom?
so you have an early attack which counters if you focus on building up your tech and make a later attack, and then you have a like a more production based one which is safe against the early attack but will get killed by the high tech approach, and then the high tech approach will get killed by the early attack. So kind of like it's not in terms of like you have 3 different units and this has a weakness against this unit, but you have different kind of timing strategies that have weakness against other timing strategies.
Boom.
So I don't want an archer and horseman and a pike or something like that in Factorio.
All right.
Like three different color tanks that are combating each other. It's just silly.
Yeah, but you do the same with robots. You could do different types of robots, so you could counter even if you're behind.
No, what I'm saying is
That's true.
you have let's just simplify examples. You have 3 stages of robots. You have a robot that you get up very quickly, and if you have a robot that will take a medium amount of time to set up, and you have a robot that takes a long time. And if you focus on getting the robot up very quickly, you will beat the player who makes the robot very late. But the player who makes a medium robot will be ready for you. And then, so this is based on kind of the delay of attacking.
Right.
Which only works if you have a larger map, because the delay of 3 minutes is too
Yeah, but
too
you
low.
can also make slow robots or something, I don't know.
Right.
And also map features. I mean, I'm always saddened by the fact that people are so happy and enthusiastic about the random maps, and it's nice for resources to be random, but our maps are just so one-dimensional. There's no interesting features of the maps, and most other strategy games or tactical games, they benefit from having a good map. At least computer games, not chess and go.
True. One point, though, I have against your fast tech boom rush is an average game of Factorio takes much longer. RTS only take like 20 minutes, and
Yeah.
it's easy to balance path delay in. So you need like 1 minute to attack, but because the game is only 20 minutes anyways, it's way longer. So it is like, I don't know, 5% of the game length delay on tech. So if you say that for a 3 hours game in Factorio, going from one base to another, it must take like 10 minutes to be like at the equal scale, right?
But robot destroys stuff.
That's just
like
stupid.
slow. They just start to destroy your base from perimeter, from outside, and you have time to quickly build your own defense robots. I think it's fine. You take some damage, but you use it to buy your time.
Normally, you always lose time if you get damaged. You always lose players, power build because they have to defend and reduce time.
Players shouldn't interact with defense like directly or with combat at all. It should, like in strategy games, they should just build, defend, not like take shotgun and kill everyone. Because players, like, it's hard to make IE, which wouldn't be worryable to players like hit and run search or something.
Yeah.
A lot of ideas, sure.
All right. Good discussion. It's a lot of good stuff. Kind
I'm
of weird.
not too disappointed about like the outcome of today's event.
No, it's good. I mean, it's.
Yeah, this was very anticlimactic. I was expecting like an awesome 2.5 hour battle. And
No
then
need.
This happened.
No need.
It is a bit anticlimactic, but it was spectacular just to see them all rush out straight away. And it's like, hang on, what are they up to? It's like,
Yeah,
oh.
my first camera was I went down to 3RA to just kind of talk about, okay, we're a little short on this resource, but this one's up. And then I mean, it was 30 seconds in, Mojo says, we're about to see our first attack. Because
they're already halfway to 3RA.
Because you guys were already halfway across the map, and I went, wait, what? And I looked up, and there was no one left in your base, and everyone was at half court. You know, I'm going, oh my goodness, here we go. Like here, and I said, well, there's strategy number one right there. It's just they're just going to come on and walk right up to it and Zerg rush it. Which I guess that's what we were going to is what is the cure for the Zerg rush, right?
Well, I was wondering why we didn't have a no rush rule, because we have previously.
Because
there was like a 20-minute.
It wouldn't do anything either way.
Right. And that's what we said.
Just waiting for no rush.
And
they
I
just do
just
the same thing.
And that's what Andy said was.
It would have like potentially something better to defend with, but
no. So that's what Andy was saying is if you put in a 30-minute rush duration, the match would end in 32 minutes instead of 17. So. And he's correct. And he's correct. So,
just wondering, can I get a link to the Google forums where the ideas are?
Oh yeah. It's in the. Let me throw it in the deal. I'll throw it in my chat and also throw it in this little Factorio chat here. So, sure, man.
Have you come up with some idea like, I don't know, shields that make like an area around you invulnerable or something?
It's just basically interesting, right?
There are shields, but I guess like equipment shields.
Yeah. The problem is you always if you have any attack, you can just peek and do like one small attack on that area, and it's just like all the production is gone. But if you have like a force field or something that let's say it protects one chunk or something, and it has a global health, so you have to first imply like 1,000 damage on that shield to damage any building. So you basically have a 1,000 point extra defense on each damage on each building, so you have some more reaction time before you can damage everything. But if you break through the shield and get this 1,000 damage done on any way, you can actually damage something. That would like really make defense easier and give you more time to react, and like disable that peeking much more.
Right.
And it will still cost something to defend yourself.
Yeah, like power.
Can I also ask for the results of those quests? Because I'm going to code it.
Yeah, I'm gonna compile them all tonight and tomorrow, and I'll start posting them out on the.
Is there a live what they are?
Cool.
Is there a live feed of what people are currently?
No, I said just about anything. I gave out some examples of all right, add in an option into the scenario that allows, like the one of them is add in an option that allows the team area to be paved. Was one of the examples that we put in, which now we did because that gives the builder and the defender a little movement advantage. Just one.
Yeah.
And if you would try and break them up into smallest chunks possible. That way, we can also, if we have 5 ideas but only 3 of them are feasible, and 3 of them would make it better, then we can kind of focus on those 3 so that we can. At least make a pretty big jump in quality for a small effort, right? So
I was just wondering if there was like a live feed of what people were putting in, because I was just going to do it right now.
Yeah, let's talk off air, Ralph. That's good. But I've been trying to pull all these in. So
okay.
And also, if you want to grab the 3RA, the one that I'm showing right now. This custom scenario, you can go to the 3RA GitLab. DDGamer, if you want to put that in the chat, that'd be helpful.
And into my chat.
Sure thing.
Yeah, it's gitlab.com/3RA gaming.
GitLab, there it is.
So, by the way, I want to say huge thanks for you for making this scenario. I think it's a great step towards having a balanced and good experience. It's just we have some more iterations to go through, right?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
But someone has to start, and I mean, Clanton's doing a great job in these events and also collecting the feedback. But at the end of the day, it's impossible to make a consensus-based total overhaul.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true.
A consensus-based total overhaul, right? So, which I don't know how much progress we'll be able to make with all the feedback we've been getting, right? Because it's a development project, and then you got to go, okay, well, we have some great ideas, but that is it's not feasible. It's way out of. It's something that we can't get to. But then there's going to be some things that we can do very easily, like and make it into a checkbox, and then we can do it by next event, right? So. We got to look at them and look with what's possible versus what would make the biggest bang for our buck, right? So. That's what I do at my real job, anyway. By the way, I actually help control scope and control feasibility and all that business. So I should be okay with trying to manage this effort and make sure everybody has has consensus. So
I do think that last round would have been a little different. I'm trying to think of small steps that we could take. Initially, if the technology was set to just normal 1, then the hand feeding strategy I think would be less effective.
Yeah.
What do you do about tanks coming in at 25 minutes?
Right. Well, that's what Auntie was saying was if you
at that point we would have had more technology upgrades. Like bullets can actually do damage if you have 2 or 3 bullet upgrades. Rockets can do a good amount of damage. We could have had more wall production up. We were like going for the long term, build a big base, get everything. So we had almost literally nothing.
Right.
I didn't see that when we had like 4 players in our base after 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, that is definitely what you see. What happens if you try on production? We would have just been lost if we didn't hand feed. Because if we had like any ore lane, you could have just cut like any belt, and we were like everything shut down when just one belt is missing.
Right.
And then it just doesn't work out. So hand feeding is just the most efficient.
I mean, so we could have some kind of no rush or a base exclusion for a shorter amount of time.
I don't think it would. Well, we were right before you came in, Juice. So sorry for not dragging y'all in the same deal. We came up there to talk with Auntie and laugh a little bit afterwards. But we were saying that Red Car was asking for a little bit of Canadian toss. You got to pick a name, bro. he was asking for hey, can we have a 20 to 30 minute base exclusion? And we kind of already ran over it that okay, the match would end at 30 instead of 32 instead of 17 because of certain and kind of debatable, but kind of not. The point is that you could still, even with that base exclusion, you could still do some rushing tactics that do it. And just like Auntie was saying, there's not a paper rock scissor that would counter that, or like Zulon was saying, there's nothing that counters the Zerg other than just not being able to go in the base or doing something like this production based instead of PvP based. So.
Well, I think the second event we did was actually really good.
Yeah, we managed to hold off the second time around.
Yeah.
Well, you guys murdered Face in that one. Well, yeah. So
yeah, maybe a bit biased.
Yeah, that was very, very competitive and very well done. We also didn't have a silo. It was just points, right? And
I was just saying, real quick. I was just saying, I think we saw the most severe version of like that break of like, at this minutes they come in because they were able to fully utilize those starting chest items to get lots of science. And if there was a longer period, then that wouldn't have been quite as severe.
Yeah, right. The thing is, we maybe don't kill the silo if we come in at 30 minutes, but we completely stop the progress, and then we have another 2 hours where it's just tanks stopping you from making any production progress at all, and that's what we saw. Like always, the defeated guys for the last 3 Blue Circuit events were really struggling hard once they were broken militarily. there was no way to get back, even if you have a base exclusion. If you're depending on outside resources and there's a guy in the tank there and you don't have a tank, then there's no progress to be made. The silo just is basically it's a shortcut to stop the game really quickly once you have this military edge.
Yeah, I asked Clonin if I could contribute to the repo and resurrect the railgun, make it like super long, so they can hit tanks.
Can't you actually just enable the recipe?
Yeah, but it's a short range thing. It's not useful right now.
There's one thing my chat said, and that was all the upgrades can be huge because you get over the point of flat resistance. On that the sentence, I realized that flat resistance is really a bad idea.
Yeah.
Why you do have that? You don't take any damage on the tank because of flat resistance. What if you just take away the flat resistance of everything? Just make it completely percentage based. You don't have anything that is invulnerable anymore. Anything takes some damage at least, which makes sense in my opinion. So that could be a good idea to balance like a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that would be a really good idea.
What level do you actually need for bullet damage to attack the tank?
I think at least like 2.
Okay, I mean 2 is feasible, I guess, against the tank strat, but 3
well, not
is
that
already...
tank strat.
Yeah.
You'll only take like 1 damage per shot or something then, right? And it's still like being reduced by 70% after that. I don't know.
Yeah.
You could just make it a flat 80% reduction, but you can still at least do some damage, not like none.
Another thing which I kind of mentioned in the last event, and I mean it may not help, but based on the ones I participated in and watched, I feel like that when you do 1v1, these issues become even more apparent. Like because in the other events when we had like 3 teams or 4 teams or 5 teams, which now are like almost impossible to get together, but that these type of strategies don't always work as well, because like if you leave your base, like everyone leaves your base to go attack, you could be attacked by somebody else in the meantime who's not the team you're attacking.
Player 3 or player 4 could come in, or you could get ganged up on.
And that's what happened in the other events, which kind of evened it out, because it's like, you know, if half a team went out and rushed, some other team, maybe by chance or maybe due to scouting, went in and attacked them, and it was actually costly to just like whole team rush. But in these 1v1s, it's like there's no disadvantage because your whole team rushes, and the worst that happens is their whole team rushes, and then you just exchange. You know, it's like, you know, it's when you only have 1v1 in, at least in Factorio PvP, it just becomes pretty bland because...
I agree, but that is because FFR always breaks any game in a different way. It's always a typical 1 versus 1 versus 1 problem. One person attacks, and the third takes advantage of that and kills the one attacking. And you have always FFA. You can never balance FFA. It's just... You're always going to have the problem. And you have it always, even if you just attack at any. Just imagine you're 4 players, one goes for attack, the other 4 come... Some other 4 from another team come over and just wreck you because you're 1 person less. Or you just have 3 teams at once killing you. You have no chance of defending at all. I don't see like that is like a balance reason. It's just like it breaks the game a different way, and that's because it's like making that balance issues appear less, like you already said, and that is very true.
When you have a free for all, like a lot of the weaker teams will game up on the stronger ones to kind of keep it all balanced, though.
Like that's what it was like several ago, but it was one where it was like 3RA, and it was in my team and Anti's team and Shred Guy. It was like the second to last one Shred Guy participated in. That one worked out pretty well. Yeah, in Redmute, because what was happening is people were kind of almost round robin, like, you know, like Anti came to attack my team, but at the same time, some other team was attacking Anti, and then like Shred Guy was going out to attack, and he was getting like, it didn't seem to actually be an issue where like 3 teams would gang up on one or anything. It seemed to actually, and it could have just been chance, but it seemed like that
at that
actually
point, it was everyone just
pretty
ganging up on Anti.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Yeah. Well,
because that was Shred Guy's revenge against Anti. That was 3RA showing what they can do.
Second one where they won.
Yeah. That was when they came second, I think.
Yeah, it was the one where they came in second.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, but there was kind of a gang up on Team Not Anti in that game, I think.
That's right. Yeah, I was trying to think who else it was. Yeah, it was Anti straight on Not Anti.
Yes. So first thing.
Don't forget, we also balanced that event on player number. It was only me and Rain, I think, and Team Not Anti was only 3 people as well, I think. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 or 4.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
3.
That was the first Blue Circuit event, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, first one where I started actually organizing it, I think. So the other ones I showed up and the first one the first ones in January where I just showed up and started talking over them, and then I said, okay, well let's put some rules around this, see what we can do. Well, all right, guys, let's. I think and whatever that resistance thing that you just said, can someone make sure that goes in the Google form, because I don't want to lose that idea and put in some of that detail, because I'm sure I missed some of that.
I think we should just watch the VOD of this discussion and make every point until there.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I want pink fluffy unicorns. So what's about the red circuit? Is the red circuit now gonna be the big FFA with more focus on fun and many teams than competition?
Maybe so. I mean, depending on what we want to do. Yeah, go ahead, Mojo.
It seems like lately the green circuit and the red circuit's where all the good stuff's been happening lately.
Yeah. Well
yeah, that's because those guys aren't trying to test the limits. Wait,
yeah,
it's true. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. It's great we're doing this. Like, no hate whatsoever. But they don't care about that. So they're just going about their business, you know.
Yeah,
and it makes an incredibly unpredictable match.
Right, and the green ones where it's all random teams, and it's kind of just some of the most bizarre, you know, the where we push the rules a little bit and just say see what happens. And in those, I laugh so hard in those events all the time, because it's just hilarious, especially when the new players come in and just minds get involved and they don't see anything and they just die over and over and over, and I know they're throwing their keyboards. It's so much fun.
It's not funny.
It's no funny.
I don't like it.
Dan was the victim this last time. So
yes.
So what I wanted to kind of the vision was to have the best players on a and actually I can put up a little backdrop on my chat on this, and actually I made this guy. Let me move everybody out the way too. I'll even move me out the way. So what I wanted to do was kind of the consensus rule set in blue, and have the best players there and have high skill level, and then opposite that in the green was just random teams, experimental rule set. No, it was random teams, one and everyone thrown into one big team, and anyone can join up to that, and we'll just have some fun and see what conclusions we can make. And then red, I was trying to do like some sort of a middle level, but what I guess we could do kind of some of these different, where what I would, and next thing I envisioned for red was like if one team just wanted to take a piece of another team, like for some reason Elric and Shred Guy just bowed up on each other one day and they wanted to meet on the field of battle, I would help them get it all together and say, all right, Shred Guy and Elric, you guys are you've agreed on a rule set, you've agreed on a time, doesn't even have to be at this time. Then you can do a 1v1, and you can do just a matched skill level. Or if a new team said, hey, we have 6 players, but we're not ready to go up against freaking the Killers in 3RA or Steelaxe, but we do want to go up against another new team, we've got 6 players that we want to do something, then hey, let's go up against another team that's a new team. So that would be if, say, like if we had gotten in, say, Catherine of Sky and Arumba, and they had not ever done one of these or not ever seen one of these before, I would say, all right, 2 new teams, let's match those up together, and that could be a red, right? that's more likely to happen than my original vision for the red. But I don't know. Whatever we want to call this, if we want to kind of massage those two, blue and red, into something we can all kind of go, okay, let's put these types of matches here, and let's put these types of matches here. We can talk about that. That was my vision for my new vision for red was, let's just have one team versus one team in a match skill level. Maybe not like the craziness we saw today, because I mean, arguably we probably have the best PvPers and arguably the best players all together in Factorio today in today's contest. So I would tend to call that a blue, because this, the efficiency and the speed at which we built was which you guys built is pretty amazing. I would argue that many of the other communities can't. There's a gap between what you guys do and what everybody else or the rest of the communities do. So
and that's why we can't get anybody else to participate in this
right
level, because no one else wants to.
Right, and that's kind of what I was going to offer up to, say, Arumba and Catherine Sky, and say, look, you don't have to go up against freaking Anti on your, Anti and Red Car on your first delve into this. Let's ratchet it down, and we kind of try and match skill levels, right?
I thought Catherine Sky didn't do combat.
She's actually she's talked to me. She's shown interest in participating before, but the timing didn't work.
Well, I actually talked to her about this one, and thank you, Auntie. There you go. I don't know what I'm going to do with all those 144 viewers, but because we're about to wrap. But anyway, shout out to Auntie Elites. Everybody knows them. So I talked with Catherine, and I said, hey, are you still interested? And I gave her plenty of warning for this one. And she says, I'm interested, but members of my community aren't really. And so I said, okay, so that's super cool that she was saying, super cool that we do this. It sounds like a lot of fun, but I don't think she could put a team together to come up. And I even offered her, hey man, alternatively, you don't necessarily have to go up against these killers. If you want to just say, hey, I'm a new team, I want to take some baby steps into this. You don't have to go up against these killers. How about maybe if I match you up with another newer team? And she says, I again would love to, but having trouble organizing my community get together. But I
people to go with.
Right, I would think like a if we did a red circuit where we matched up, maybe have it at a different time. Colonel, like a Colonel Will versus Shred Guy would be a good one, or, I don't know. My one was Elric and Shred Guy could go up against each other. That would be a good one. Those guys if you look at the last ones, they tended to score and combat about the same as the other ones, right? So, anyway,
they're pretty well equally matched.
Matched. And if we did that red circuit, I don't have to organize, and one of the hardest parts about one of these events is what time do you do it? Because freaking either if we go too late, then the Europeans are up till 4 a.m. If we go too early, none of the Americans can wake up early, or none of these, no one from any other part of the world can do it. So, all of that sort of stuff comes into play. And so this time slot kind of feels about right. But if all I'm doing is matching up these 5 players and these 5 players, then we can start moving the time around, right? And then I can say, all right, if you guys are free at this, like Colonel Will is only free in the late European evenings. So if I can get an all-American team, or I can get even get an Australian team together, like now Mojo's community and Will's community might actually have the same time frame now, and let's do a match with those guys, right?
Oh, that would be good. Oh man.
Right, so I'm not having to try and manage 8 different communities pile into one time zone. I can just kind of say, Mojo's available at this time, Colonel Will's available at this time. Let's just do that. It's going to be later on in the evening or whatever it was. Will was not free to. If Will was free today, as said in my chat, he said no, he was working today, but he was not going to make the start. And I asked him, Will, if you wanted to, could you put together a team for this event if we started later? And I did not get a reply. So
I've talked to him previously about this, and mostly I think the issue is time, because his schedule is so much different than almost everyone else's. So
yeah, and it's recently different, right?
Yeah, recently different. So he doesn't get home until like
he said his streaming. His streaming schedule is 11 p.m. UK time start.
Yeah, so that'd be like 5 p.m. your time or something, I think.
Right. So he's off with any of the European teams, but we could easily foreseeably match him up with an American team, right?
Yeah, or Australian, like Mojo, like you said.
Yeah, or Mojo, right? So,
just one last random thought in regards to the PvP in general. What up until now we've been doing like random maps, which brings in an interesting thing. What would you think about doing like custom pre-made maps, like so that they're maybe a little balanced more for PvP?
Good. Who said good?
Definitely make the maps in terms of the topology, but maybe not the resources.
Maybe not the resources, the like
or
topology, like you could put
in.
like strategic like cliffs and forests and stuff to make it, maybe a little more strategic or not. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a thought that where you just like, put some thought into making a map specifically for this PvP, and then, it has a little more strategy built into it.
Right. Yeah. So that's also, no problem with having custom map. Both the blue and red are just consensus driven. If we want to try this, but the only thing that the only really thing that we can control that I wanted to push out there is resources, right? That's the only thing that I really hide from you guys as to what you're going to find, so that you do have to react to something. If I show the map and all of that out there, then you have time to just put together a strategy and go for it, which is not a horrible thing, but there's, it's one more thing that I remove from making the players think on their feet to go do. But if we all as a community want to get together and do a custom map, let's do it, man. If it'll make it better, then let's do it.
I think you were talking about StarCraft kind of style maps before, maybe past streams, and
right.
Some of the suggestions even today with maybe having some bonuses in different parts of the map or something. Maybe you find an outpost, maybe in the middle of the map or like on one side of the map. Maybe that's something that, like a military outpost. Like 2 teams can rush towards that one and maybe capture it first, but then you don't just have this military advantage. Maybe you have like a roboport outpost that you can just go, and now all of a sudden one team has roboports, one team has a military advantage, and I don't know, maybe there must be some balances. So maybe like each PvP event that you do, you can iterate on the map, and next time like, hey, we added some new things. It's the same map, but you added a couple of other things on it, and so on and so forth, and maybe we can get a quote-unquote perfect PvP map.
Yeah, for sure.
That would work only for PvP. If you throw in the production scoring, if you found a military outpost, it would be a net negative, because you'd find something that you consume only.
Right. That one. The idea was, if you look at StarCraft, there's 2 things. One, the map is not square; it's round, so you kind of don't have places to hide behind. And then 2, there's channeling in the map. Right, which means I channel everybody to a center where there's conflict, and then I get once there's conflict, then the result of winning that conflict is reward of resources, right? So we could do unbreakable cliffs and that sort of thing, so that we're channeled to a center where there's some reward of resources or reward of whatever we want, right? But then then you just come into play. All right, we're now with PvP, and now we still have those same difficult things to overcome.
The thing is also you can start out with no base at all, so you have to go into like one of these outposts, like capture one of these outposts to get started or something, or you can choose not to go in there and maybe start a base right where you are. Right. So there's still more options there too.
Right. So yeah, that's a good one to explore for sure. If you want, if you got some maps that you want to throw down and say, hey, let's try this. Let's submit them to into one of our discords, and we'll discuss it, see what we can do. And totally open to that. Those were some of the better ideas I'd heard of that where a map can make an impact for sure.
I just want to offer two more thoughts for the circuit levels. So the first is, if you want to do FFA with lots of players, then I think it's important to make sure that teams can participate without getting crashed. So you probably want the protection in the base where you can live without, like, maybe you can't win without leaving the base, but at least you can play and participate without getting destroyed too much.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, we've gotten some feedback. We tried to recruit a lot of players from Steelaxe this time, and we've gotten quite some feedback from players who were really only interested in running a production aspect. So, and the rationale behind that is they do not want to see their base that they produced getting crushed, and I understand that. And I value that. I mean, there may be different communities here, and we can't make them all happy. Just want to say that there may be an interest in this kind of play also, and this production scoring scenario, which is a different scenario, doesn't do a really good job there for some other reasons.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's the problem. We already did try the production thing, and there are issues with that too.
Yeah, and even when and that's kind of that was kind of where I was going with the red circuit. If I got people who just want to try and outbuild each other, well, then we could do that too. That's, we could just say, hey, base exclusion. If you want to try and attack, we'll just make a big base, and you can hit the edges, but that's about it. If you want to venture out, you can go shoot each other. That's fine. But then ultimately, it becomes a build versus build instead of PvP. So
to be honest, I think the production battles are quite good, but they're just balanced horribly, as bad as combat, so that's why they don't work out as well.
Yeah. All right. Last thoughts. I think we've done pretty good putting some ideas out here. We got to make a point to go back and watch the VOD and make sure all these ideas in here. And I'll take some time tonight and tomorrow and compile some of these and see if we can't move on them and put it in these buckets of
Thanks
easy
for
things.
Thanks for wrangling all these cats.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's good. You guys, okay, so here, let me like kiss your asses for a minute. So, for just one more minute. So all these guys that you hear here from PRA and Steelaxe, we've been in discussions about this for some weeks now, and like none of these folks are pushing their ideas to improve their own chances of winning. They're pushing their ideas to improve the game as a whole, which is pretty. They're not coming with their own agenda to say, look, I'm good at rockets, so we should have more rockets and rockets in play. That's not what they're doing. Everyone that we have been talking to over the past week from both teams has been doing a good job of let's try and make it just the whole thing better, and we're not. It's kind of difficult to take your own biases out of it. So these guys deserve a lot of credit for just kind of investing in. Let's see if we can make this thing pretty fun. So anyway, you guys have been doing great. So thanks for helping me put all these ideas together and all that. So good community to be a part of, man. I'm super thrilled to do all of these, and I'll hustle. I'm long on hustle off air. Like, you get me into one of these PvP, I'll do okay. I'll hold my own, but I do much better at. All right, let's herd some cats and see if we can put something together. I feel like I've got a decent skill at that, so I'm happy to do it. Yeah.
The PvP has come a long way too since January as well. Come so much further along.
Oh, for sure. To be fair to us, we've made a lot of good strides with what we've been doing since some of the first events that we did in January. We've done pretty well.
No one knew what we were up against.
Right. So pat ourselves on the back and don't get too down that we're in this busted ass system. So we have made some improvements, right?
Yeah, and
All right.
sorry for having so little game time today.
No, hey, we had to do it. It had to happen sooner or later. You know, had to happen sooner or later.
That's what
At some
Andy's
point
here for, man. Is showing what's broken.
Yep.
At some point, you just got to draw the line and say, "Hey, this needs to be addressed."
Yeah, we got to do it. So that's fine. But great discussion afterwards. So,
oh yeah.
All right. The only two. Okay, we have. I'm gonna give out one. I have 3 awards, and I have no idea who to give one of them to. So I'm gonna hand out the one that I'm the only one I'm sure about is freaking the Troll Award, and that one. And with our limited time, the only one who really got into some trolling was J-Bev for running his ass all the way around the back of Steelaxe's base, shooting some stuff just to make the goddamn sirens go off, and then running away.
Yes.
And then running, and as soon as they turn right around to go back to the base, he shoots off some more stuff to make the sirens go off. Like that was something different. That was something different, and it was quintessential troll. So, congratulations, J-Bev, you're the troll of the day. All right, Mojo, you can give out Gangsta. I think we're gonna let the MVP award. I don't know what we're gonna do about MVP. So, just so quick.
I think for Gangster, just putting forward the idea of demolishing the game in, what was it, 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes?
It felt like 3.5.
Yeah, as soon as it was up, it was over. Anti-elites.
Anti-elites. Agree.
Congratulations.
Getting it done. The only 2-time Gangster Award winner. There you go.
He wanted the troll so bad.
He wanted the troll.
Actually, the game is only 3 minutes of shotguns.
No, that's more gangster than troll. It need to be less annoying.
That is gangster.
So, as gangster. So, gangster to anti-elites, troll to J-Bev, who got I would say the longest time being the troll in the back of the base, and specifically in the back of the base, killing nothing.
Yes.
Right. Just wall and useless stuff back there, and shooting just to make the sirens go off. Congratulations, that's troll.
Yes.
All right, well done. And then MVP, I don't know. We had a ton of points scored. It was 39,000 to 38,000, which, I mean, you can sneeze and get that many points. I think that award's going to rest. So
at least the second time round.
We have a point reduction of minus 12,000 per minute at a point.
That's right.
I was going to say, at least the first time round,
right?
Both scores were positive.
Yep. All right. Well, congratulations, guys. Good job.
Good job, I think.
Good job, I think. Feels weird saying that. All right. Okay. Well, thanks, guys. We'll talk off air, and thanks for everybody who participated. We'll get these things better, and if you are a team of if you're listening to me and you have a team of 4 or 5 and you hate another team of 4 or 5, or you just want to say, hey, we're here, I have a team of 4 guys and we would like to try one of these, let me know, and we'll see if we can do. I can help. I can't necessarily put you guys into teams, but I can help match up another team that wants to go, and we'll find a time and we'll do another one. We'll try and do a red circuit and see if I can match up some skill levels and see what we can do. So let me know.
Teams need to challenge other teams, so they have to get the response back.
Yes.
It's like no, it's not just like I want to play against another team. You have to like challenge the other team.
Yeah. So that would be good.
Does anyone have the clip of Shred Guy laying it down on Colonel Will?
Yeah, that'd be good.
That's what you need.
That's what you need, is someone calling out another one like, Elric, you suck. Something like that, and then Elric going, okay, well, let's take it to the battlefield, right?
Just say it's on to the tune of AC/DC.
It's on. All right, guys. Well, thanks very much for being here and participating. We'll close this, and then we'll give shout outs in my chat and all that, and we'll wrap up. All right. Thanks everybody.
Yeah. Thank you all.
See you guys later.
See you.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Well, thanks everyone for watching. If you watched my stream, quick match, crazy. Till next time, I guess. Thanks for watching. See ya.